Good morning, everyone. I am topping off my gas tank, and I'm getting ready to head to Gunnison, Colorado. It's about 9, oh, nope, that one didn't change, so it's about 8:12 in the morning. So I should be in Colorado at around 12 to 1 o'clock at Gunnison. Kind of glad to be out of that RV park. It was a little bit kind of seemed kind of rough, you know. Well, I didn't want to stick around, that's for sure. Anyway, oh, and then I noticed something. I had to change my reservations. I'm a day early, and that's kind of like strange. I'm looking for, right now what I'm doing is I'm looking for a way out, the easiest way out of here, and I think it's to go right and go out that one. All right, guys, we'll talk to you a little bit later in the session, or in the drive. Bye for now. Hey, guys. This is Highway 69. And we're headed to up here ways to catch Highway 50. This is a skinny 2-lane, so I'm just kind of taking my time. Sticking my fingers in the deal. I decided it was easier to take off the other thing and just hold it up here. Look at this. Ain't that pretty? Kind of hazy right now. A lot of wind out, so that's probably kicking up some dust. But it's still pretty. All sides. Alright, back later. Okay, everyone, we're about 26 miles, well, not that far, maybe 20 miles from Highway 50, which we hit west, and we hit all that all the way to Gunnison, but we have Monarch Pass to cross over. Right now, I'm just showing you the scenery that we have. Go over this way. Getting back into the windies again. Looks like we got deer crossing in the next 2 miles, but I doubt during the daytime like this. Maybe in the evening. Alright, gotta go. Hey guys, well, we are beginning our climb over Monarch Pass. Just come out of Salida. We've got about 60 miles to go to get to the destination. It's saying we should be there. Take us maybe an hour and 20 minutes. Most of it is because we have to climb over Monarch, and that's going to be quite a bit. But as you can see in front, mountains have got snow caps on them. So that means the temperatures up on top of the mountains are still below freezing. Man, we've got a lot of wind out here again. Well, I gotta do something. I'll have to pull my ass over to White Spot and let some of these cars around me. Okay, folks, we are almost to Gunnison. In fact, I think we're coming into Gunnison soon. You can see how the terrain has changed. It's gone from lush green to brown. It's because we're on the western slope now, and this part of the state doesn't get a whole lot of rain during the summer. Its best time for greenery is probably in the spring when the snow melts. I think that was the Gunnison River over there, just off to my left. Not having a river running through my backyard. I'd be out there with that fly rod every day, or as many times as I could. A lot of this is BLM land, Bureau of Land Management. Off to the right, which means public land sometimes. Just depends. I've seen some roads going back up in there and the BLM thing on it. Camping on BLM land it's like National Forest. 14 days, generally free. National Forest is going to charge you a fee, but again, 14 days. And maybe a small fee, 10 bucks, 5 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever it may be. To camp in a National Forest. I'm going to be at Thousand Trails Blue Mesa Reservoir, which is right across the street, or actually across 50 from Blue Mesa itself. Well, folks, back with you in a little bit. Alright guys, Gunnison. Kind of like downtown Gunnison. Well, we're gonna have some shaky video. Alright guys, Thousand Trails Blue Mesa. The reason why they call it Blue Mesa is over there is Blue Mesa Reservoir. Hi folks. Well, I'm at Blue Mesa. I got here earlier today and it was kind of cool. And I picked up a Starlink for less than half price. It wasn't that old either. The person that sold it to me was somebody I knew back at Colorado River. She did the memberships, and she was doing memberships up here, but she's moving to Asheville, North Carolina. And she told me she had her Starlink for sale. Now, Blue Mesa Reservoir, Blue Mesa Thousand Trails has very, very poor, and I mean really poor, Wi-Fi. And nothing really works. I have a system that gets Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and even US Cellular. And you know what? None of them were working. So I called back to Connecting, and I asked them to check it, and they did, and well, it's not working. So I decided to ditch Connecting and just use the Starlink, at least while I'm here. I found out how to run it inside to make it work, and set it up, then I'll show it to you. Alright, this right here, a little closer, is the modem. Then behind me is the power inverter or converter to convert 120 power down to the necessaries for everything to work. Outside is the Starlink. We're going to go outside here in a minute anyway, and I'll show you the campsite. I just decided to let it warm up or cool off a little bit before we go out. Alright guys, we're going outside. We'll be back in a little bit. Well guys, if you look at this sunset, going down over the mountain now. Wasn't as pretty as it was over at Bay Landing. That was a beautiful sunset. Well, this is site 331, I think, Blue Mesa. Full hookups. Yep, no, 381. Get weird stares from people. Bring out a camera, people go nuts. There's full hookups. The water and sewer and everything are in the back. And there's my Starlink. I can't believe she was selling it that cheap, but I bought it. Better shove this in. Alright guys, lots of sagebrush around. They kept it pretty natural. And that's the look over on the mountain on the other side. The clubhouse with pool. One of two. All right, everybody, we're done.